What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Dynasty 253 podcast. My name is Chris, the Curse Commish, joined as always by Rob, Mr. Show Me Your Tets. How you doing tonight, buddy? Staying warm back there?
Oh, we're warm. The ice is mostly gone, so that's good. Ironically, the news was saying because Helene came through and knocked down so many freaking branches that there were none left for the ice. So it looks like somehow that hurricane came back and helped a little bit, I guess, if you will.
There you go.
But yeah, it was a little slick. The boys were out boogie boarding on the street, which was kind of interesting. But yeah, I walked out and they're like, it's fine. I stepped out on my front porch, no. So I went back and got my micro spikes, and I was just walking around with my mountain gear on.
Those weren't micro spikes, man. Those are full on mountaineering spikes.
Yeah, there are some good spikes. They get the job done. But I know Missy's like, let's go for a walk. And I'm like, if you think I'm walking on ice, I mean, it's like this thick of ice. It was crazy because it rained, a little bit of snow, a little bit of sleet, and then just freezing rain, and then it just glassed over. So pretty interesting, not normal for the South. I know Northeast, they got it way worse than us, but my buddy's got 7 inches of ice in his front yard under 2 feet of snow or something like that. It's wild.
Oof. Yeah, my cousin had an inch of ice down in Georgia too, so.
It's wild. We're not supposed to get this. This is not cool.
No.
Whoever, Northeast, whatever, their weather's drunk in our backyard, come get it. This is ridiculous. Florida's still sunshiny. Whatever.
Yeah, it was almost 80 degrees or something like that down there.
I'm going down to Orlando next month. I'll go enjoy some sunshine.
I mean, we were sunny. We were sunny up here. We were in the 40s.
That's actually hot now. I know we were begging for 40-degree weather to come out and melt the ice. Please come get it.
Yeah, it was funny. I was talking to a friend of mine that's a carrier up in Charlotte, and she's like, "Are you sure you want to come back here for all these ice storms in the South?" I'm like, "I live in the Pacific Northwest. We get them up here."
Yeah. Well, there will come. You'll get a run of heat, is what'll happen. Your blood will thin. You'll get used to warm stuff, and then all of a sudden, anything below 60 is freezing. So, I know when we first got here, we went house searching. We were in shorts, and this guy's like, "You're not from here." And then now, nope, that West Coast blood is gone.
Oh, see, my body's going to hate it going from the Southern California blood up to the Pacific Northwest blood and then back down south.
But now it has to boil once a year just to get it, acclimated. So
that makes sense.
Your first summer is going to be, these should be coming hopefully you come a little before spring. So you get a workup to it. Because if you get here in June, RIP, buddy. That's going to be a rough summer for you.
I will be hoping that the house I buy has a community pool and your pool will be done by then.
I say, we'll make it a point to get the pool done. These summers are freaking brutal.
I'll be at your house quite a bit. But with that being said,
even acclimated, you're not going to do 110 degrees. My sister came from Michigan, and they were like, it's been 100 degrees. Our summer, it's fine. Dude, our sun hit different. And they got their asses whooped at the beach.
Oh, see, I've done plenty of North Carolina beach summers. I'm good with that. But
I don't
not
know,
every
man.
day.
Things have changed in the last 10 years. Global warming or something. It's freaking hot.
It was for a week at a time, not for permanent.
You just live it.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. It's different.
It's all right. It's 10 or 12 sunburns a year. You'd be all right. I haven't gotten blisters yet, so we're good.
Yeah. First degree burns are fine.
Red. Very deep red.
Deep red is good. Lots of long sleeves, which is counterintuitive, but it works.
I've heard that. I noticed the landscapers always wear long sleeves, and I was like, I think they know something I don't.
Yep, exactly. But yeah, so a couple things we can talk about this week. We can talk about playoff games. We can talk about NFL coaches hiring and firings and whatnot, because it's been 2 weeks since we've been on here.
There's been some movement.
But I figured the two topics we can discuss this week, try to keep this to an hour, is potential scoring changes in the league.
Uh-huh.
And then what we think about potential roster cuts. So cutting down the size of the benches, cutting down the size of the taxi squads, reducing the rookie draft. Just a couple topics we can talk about. Put out there in the group chat. I'm sure you saw asking people what they thought about our last podcast with the scoring changes.
Yep.
Only 4 people responded.
I mean, maybe we let 4 people decide the future of everybody then.
So I'm
You know?
thinking we're just gonna go with the power record.
Is that what that's the
That's
number
the
4
one,
option, right?
yeah, where you play your head-to-head matchup, but then you're hypothetically playing against every other team in the league,
Alright. Let's
you
support that
know?
one.
So I think that's the one we're gonna go with this power record because that gives you,
Make
like,
it official right now, Chris. The one we're doing is power record.
yep, we're going power
Based on
record.
lack of feedback, power record.
Hey,
But to that point, we actually probably should do one more quick conversation here then.
yo,
I
what's up?
like Chapin's idea, and I think that's what the punishment should be,
I didn't see
is
it. What
that
was it?
yeah, so say you tank for the number 1 spot, right?
Okay.
And you tank out, obviously, and you get caught tanking out, and it's like, but now you're the number 1 overall pick. Every time that you get caught doing that, you bump down 1 spot. So if you try, like, your thought of what if somebody just comes in and tries to tank off the year? Well, if you tank off the entire year, you're the last pick in the first round, regardless.
Okay.
So you can't actually tank to the bottom, because if you tank to the bottom, you will boost up every time you tank. So there's not even tank offs anymore. It completely eliminates the idea of tanking because you cannot actually drop down to 1 anymore.
Okay, I like that.
So I think I love the idea of implementing that with this. That way we eliminate the tanking completely, because, like, if you want to tank, go ahead. Everybody else moves up in the draft if you tank.
Yep. For every week that you do it, right?
Yeah. So say you tried to, like, lose out the last 4 weeks, you're now pick number 5.
Okay. No,
So
I like that. I like
because
that.
we can manually adjust the draft order. And
Oh,
so
yeah.
that goes into your entire draft. So if you're 1 and jump to 5 in the 5th, you're now 5 in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th.
Yep.
So you're losing a ton of draft capital by intentionally trying to lose. It's just no incentive to do it anymore.
And then I've also thought about punishment for those that you don't set your lineups, or you're leaving people that are out or injured or on bye week, whatever, in your lineups. This is everybody's official warning. Like, this is your first warning. Don't do that. If I have to tell you again during the season, you automatically lose your second round pick.
I'm about to lose my second
If
round pick.
if I have to tell you a third time, sorry, but you're out of the league, because obviously
Ooh.
you're not committed to doing this.
So let's make
Because
sure
I'm
we get
not
my
gonna
lineup set.
because I'm not gonna take away someone's first round pick, because that just makes it too weird to have to do that for the draft. How you basically monitor that,
Okay.
because we have it set up so everybody picks one pick. How do you take away somebody's first pick? How do you take a first round draft pick?
I don't know. I
You
haven't looked at
can't.
that part of it yet.
Yeah, you really can't. So I think that's the way it should be. Like, this is everybody's official first warning. Set active rosters.
Very
Set
important.
them.
We
If
need
you're
legitimacy going into the playoffs.
Now, what do you think of this for that little caveat of, say someone is, I don't know, working for whatever reason. Somebody's
Okay,
working,
yeah, they work in the coal mines at 5.
I mean, whatever it may be. Because I know, like, Robbie works, different hours than a lot of us, and he works a lot
Mhm.
of Sundays, things of that nature. If he's like, hey, say he messaged me on Saturday night saying this person is questionable. If he's ruled out Sunday before the games, can you put this player in? Would that be okay? Would I have
Yeah, I don't have a
commissioner
problem with
powers to
that.
do that?
If the I mean, ask the league, but I don't have a problem with that if it was, like, declared
Yep.
ahead of time, like, this guy's questionable. And to be fair, you kind of almost have to do that, because otherwise, so say they're working a shift, they have a questionable player in, game time decision, player doesn't play, they play an out player. Now, technically, they're outside of the bounds of the rules. So
Yep.
you need to have a caveat, like, ahead of time. Hey, just so you know, this guy's game time. Uh,
Okay. So what I
well,
think that should be done is, if
well,
that going forward, and I'll put it out there in the group chat as well. If that's the case, you're worried about this player getting ruled out and you can't be available to change your roster before the game start, put it in the group chat so
mhm.
everybody sees it, not leaving it just to me.
Yeah, so Chris, they're like, Chris,
Yep.
what you do, Chris?
Put it in the group chat that you want player B substituted for player A.
Yeah, just declare your swap, but it has to be like, I want this player for this player. This guy doesn't
Yep.
go pop this guy in.
And I thought there was a setting that we talked about before I have to look it again,
I've heard of this. I
in
don't know if it
Sleeper
actually
that you
exists.
that you can do the automatic swap.
You can
I'll
play
look
auto
into that.
alts, but we need to find
Yeah.
that. That'd be really helpful too.
Yep. So that's what I think we should go forward.
Yeah. No, I'd be completely fine with that. If we can't figure out the auto, then 100%. Like,
Yeah.
that's just fair.
Yeah. Cause I mean,
They
we
would
want
have
everybody.
swapped that player. They just couldn't physically do it. And that's not really
Yep.
fair to hold
Yep.
them to a standard of you must start a full active roster when physically it could not be done. So I think it makes complete sense to leave it out. Yeah.
Yep.
And I like the idea
But
of the group chat too, so everybody's aware of what's happening.
yeah. But then, like I said, that's for those circumstances that people can't. If you choose not to, that's when you're going to start losing a draft pick, and then you're out of the league after that. Because that's willfully not setting your lineup.
But nobody has to okay, so say you have 6 players on IR, but your roster's full, but you don't want to drop anybody, and you can't start a full roster.
With the way our
No
rosters
excuse.
are.
Well, when we talk about dropping rosters later, maybe this comes back up. But I think with the way our rosters are, that probably won't be a problem. I know I dug pretty deep into my taxi squad this year. But just throwing out there as a thing to think about. That's all.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think there is a perfect solution. I just don't want people
just try to win every week like it's week 1.
I don't expect everybody to be me when it comes to the fantasy league.
God, I hope not.
Obviously, being the commissioner, I need to be more into it than a lot of people and look over everything, make sure everything's running smoothly. I think that's what a good commissioner should do. But if you're 2-10, I don't want you to be like, oh, well, screw it. I'm not going to win, so I'm not going to bother setting my lineup. Because
don't do that.
That's not being active in the league, which I think we all want.
Protect the shield, everyone. The integrity.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that being said, get that out of the way first. Power record is how we're determining the first 6 picks.
Starting next year.
2027.
Yep. Hey, you got it. You got it right.
Do you know that whole lapping over, this is going to be the 2025 Super Bowl, even though it's in 2026 in February, it just screws everything up.
Yep.
But yeah, so we'll start that in 2027. Again, everybody can find that information. Just go to Fantasy Genius, create an account. Rob, how long did it take you to create an account?
2 seconds.
Yeah. And it's already paid for. All the information's there.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy to do. I wouldn't ask you guys to shell out more money than you already do for the league dues. So I covered it for everybody for the year. I'll do it again next year.
He's dedicated. It's sick.
I am.
He's dedicated.
Hey, I don't have kids and a family to worry about. So
we're your kids.
You are my kids. You're my children.
We're your children and your family. You take care of us.
Even though I'm the 4th oldest one in the league.
Really?
Yeah. Christian's the oldest. And then Robbie and Keith are both a couple months older than me.
Huh.
So I'm not the old man in the
Wily
league.
veterans.
Exactly. Seasoned veterans.
So you're like their stepdaddy.
That's uncle?
I don't know. Step uncles are weird, dude. That's a weird position to be in. I don't know. It sounds creepy when you say step uncle. Sounds like you're just trying to get too close to the situation.
It's like when I was back at your place last time and, Connor's like, Uncle Chris. And both of your other boys are like, why are you calling him Uncle Chris?
Because Uncle Chris, that's why. They have more uncles. I swear to God, more uncles not related to me than they do that are related to me.
But yeah, so we'll run through those topics. We'll get Tommy on here in 2 weeks. So we're going to work on that whole thing. We do hit his punishment, get that knocked out.
That'd be fun.
And then we'll definitely we'll do some mock drafts. Not for our league, but NFL mock drafts.
Yeah, I can't give him a draft strategy. You guys will know I save all my good picks for the 4th round.
We'll do NFL
Blow it
mock
in the
drafts.
1st round. Capitalize in the 4th.
That's where I'm capitalizing.
Uh-oh.
That's all I have.
Thank God for editing.
Right. All right, so let's get into this. Coaching hires.
Great transition. Yeah, go for it.
Where do we want to start? You want to start at Jim Harbaugh? Jim Harbaugh's not going anywhere.
I think he's staying put.
He is staying. I would lose my mind if he left. But John Harbaugh is going to the Giants.
Luckies.
Good fit?
I mean, the Giant is the Giants okay? Are the Giants a good fit? I think with where they are with Scatabo and Dart and Neighbors, they've got a good team to work around. So I mean, like, I'm 100% jealous, honestly. He looks weird in New York. I don't know how
Mm-hmm.
like he fits there, but maybe it's just because I'm so used to seeing him in purple. Uh, it's a little strange. But
Yeah.
I mean, John Harbaugh, I think can do pretty well anywhere he is. So I think overall they've got young players that need like coaching and pushed in the right direction. So yeah, I think it's a pretty good fit.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I think he's bringing over what's his face from Baltimore for the offense. I was gonna say Greg Roman. It's not Greg Roman. Yeah, his offensive coordinator. Can't remember his name.
You know, who a good offensive coordinator is he should hire Matt LaFleur,
Yeah, but
former.
you know who's a good OC? Yeah, Mike McDaniel getting hired by the Chargers.
Oh yeah, it's funny because you were like, he's going to be an OC somewhere. Sure enough, I think
I
that's a lot
did.
better though than him for a head coach. I think that's
I agree.
just I don't know. It's weird. Things were going well for a little while. Maybe it's the downfall of Tua that creates that. I mean, maybe when it was just Tua and he had the ability to huck it super deep to Tyreek all the time, when that kind of fell apart, the whole team kind of fell apart. So I think he's
I
a good
just
offensive coordinator. I think it's going to be a step up for you guys for sure. When you get that O line fixed, I think it's going
yeah
to be good for you.
yeah. I just his offense was so gimmicky in Miami. It seemed like it was a lot of screens and then throw
His
it deep.
quarterback was Tua.
True. So hopefully he changes that with Herbert.
Yeah, back to a
But
pocket passer. Like, okay, look, man, we don't got to be gimmicky anymore. We got good
yeah,
receivers, got a good quarterback.
and he's
Let's
got
do
the
some
arm.
normal stuff.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Speaking of Chargers coordinators, Jesse Minter left. Our DC is gone. He got hired by the Ravens to replace Harbaugh.
That's unfortunate for you.
That hurts,
That defense was really good.
but it definitely helps the Ravens defense. They get some players. So that'll help
Oh no, it's
them.
a huge step up for them.
Yep. Uh Kevin Stefanski hired by the Falcons.
Luckies.
I think
I
that's
don't
gonna
know
be
how that's gonna
big.
work,
I think it's gonna
but
be big for Bijan.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
Bijan's big for Bijan. But I mean,
Yeah,
imagine
but
can he get better? Is that a thing?
I mean, look what Nick Chubb did under Stefanski.
That's a good point. That's a really good point. Look what a lot of people
So
did under Stefanski. I don't know why they
yeah.
ran him out of town. Like it's his fault.
I mean, hell, Shador Sanders made a Pro Bowl.
I thought he had. That's a good point. He had a Pro Bowl quarterback and he couldn't win games.
Yep.
So I don't. No excuses. You had a
Um,
Pro Bowl quarterback and a record-setting sack leader. I don't know why you didn't win games.
who knows? Who knows?
Given, I'm pretty sure that like he only got the record for sacks because he was on the field 99% of the time. So something like if your team sucks, it's a lot easier to get more sacks because you're always out there.
True.
It's an opportunity game.
And then Sean McDermott from the Bills is fired.
This is the dumbest move I've ever seen. I don't know if there's bad blood there or something, but when you look at like coach firings, okay, maybe like Baltimore, like John Harbaugh's a really good coach. He's done a lot of good things for you, but maybe it's time to move on. Sean McDermott has done incredible things for Buffalo, and his record speaks for itself. And I guess maybe they're smarter than me. Obviously, they get paid a lot more to do this. But they said we can't get over the hump with this guy. He's not the guy, which is crazy to me. That like I mean, they saw the same thing we saw, right? Mahomes isn't here, right? So there's no reason you can't get through. They
Yep.
couldn't get through. Given we have some questions about what is not a catch, but I don't know. I was mind blown by this one.
Did you see the press conference with the GM and the owner when they
Yeah.
asked about Keon Coleman? And the owner's like, I'll take this one. The coaching staff wanted him. It's like, there's
They're gone.
receipts.
Blame them.
There's receipts. There's video recordings of the GM like Keon Coleman. He ran this. Great. We can get him later.
Keon
They,
needs to go somewhere else.
oh, absolutely.
He's
If
good. He's a good wide receiver.
If I was him, I'd be telling my agent, demand a trade.
Hey,
Like,
get
you
me out
guys
of here.
basically just threw me under the bus. Like, I'm out.
I don't think you can play where you're not wanted. It's really hard.
Mhm.
You can see it in his play too, how much frustration's involved and just how much his head, like, it doesn't work in that space.
Yeah.
You know, send him somewhere else. Let him not have to be like the guy for a minute. Let him go develop.
Have they hired a new coach yet? Oh, yeah, they did today. Today or yesterday, they promoted their OC.
Oh, okay. They went from okay. Hold
Yeah.
on.
They promoted their
Okay,
OC to head coach.
okay. So Sean McDermott couldn't get it done, but the guy calling plays, he's going to get it done.
Yep.
Who was part of the coaching staff that couldn't get it done?
That was like
Fine,
Joe
whatever.
Lombardi or something like that, I believe his name is, got promoted.
Oh, well, you got a name like Lombardi,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, we'll see. We'll
Wait, that's
see.
Joe Lombardi, former like Detroit Lions.
I believe so.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
I believe so.
That's not a bad idea.
I guess the other two big ones is Mike Tomlin resigning, stepping down.
Mm-hmm.
So
That was
that'll
cool.
be interesting. And they hired Mike McCarthy.
I'm not as against this as some people. Mike McCarthy has a good resume.
He does have a really good resume.
Nobody wins with the Cowboys. Don't blame it on him.
I just think he runs a very bland offense,
So do I. Get him a
which
good
is,
quarterback though, or he might have a quarterback there. You never know.
I think the quarterback might have influenced that.
Which would be interesting to watch him do one more run. But I think a lot of that's going to come down to I don't think he wants to go out with pick six as his last pass.
Probably not.
Maybe he'll do like a Tony Romo thing. You remember that when like they officially said they're going to hand the reins over to Dak, and Romo's like, "Let me just have one more drive." Goes out
Yeah.
and throws a touchdown and goes, "Okay, I'm good now.
Yeah.
I can go out this way." I think with Pittsburgh though, if it comes down to like their quarterback situation, it's going to come down to what they do in the offseason. If they pick people up, they draft. They need another receiver so bad.
Oh, absolutely.
Dobby probably won't be in Green Bay again. He may find his way over there. I still believe Dobbs ends up in Pittsburgh somehow.
They need it.
They do. They need a wide receiver bad, and they need one that has a fucking attitude that gets them like you can't get in trouble for some stupid shit
Yeah.
trying to get into the playoffs in 2 games. And it comes down to the foot of the opposing team's kicker to get you there. Like, can't
Yeah.
be doing that stuff, But I don't know. There was still a little bit of fire in Rodgers at the end there. So I'm not against the Mike McCarthy hire. I think Mike McCarthy's been a good coach. I know we ran him out of Green Bay, but that was because we really had seen the top of the mountain with that guy.
Yeah.
So, but yes, he does run a very vanilla offense. That's not incorrect of a statement at all.
And we'll talk about free agents. I know you just brought up Dobb. We'll talk about free agents in a future episode,
Mhm.
but I could see both him and Willis going down to Miami.
I could see them following Halfley to Miami.
So that's, but I thought, but
That
we'll
was a
go
big
over
good
that one.
dolphin. His
Yep.
head would look
That'll
really
be,
weird though in that light blue. Just saying.
and then the biggest news, I'll leave this one for you.
This is some bullshit.
I'm gonna step
This
back, but
is
your boy Matt LaFleur signed an extension.
when the Bills say Sean McDermott can't get it done. That's it. He couldn't figure it out. Look at his resume. Look at Matt's resume. 8 years of failure. Constantly. We've talked about this before. Like, oh, Matt LaFleur went to the playoffs 4 times in a row. Well, yeah, as a 7 seed. If they don't extend the playoffs, Matt LaFleur is in a 4-year drought. Like, oh, well, like if the Bills have seen the top of the mountain, we have to have seen the top of the mountain, right? They at least were going to AFC championship games, right? They were getting far into the playoffs. We haven't been past the freaking wild card round, which is the pity seed now, for 4 years. We're now owned by the Bears. I showed you that clip before we started. In the last 6 years, we've had all of the worst collapses in the history of the Packers. For record, everyone, the Packers are 106 years old. And the most yards ever passed for in Lambeau was in 2023. The most yards ever rushed for in Lambeau was 2025. We're the only team to ever lose to Kyle Shanahan with a 7+ point lead in the end of or going into a fourth quarter. The guy's 1-39 in those games. And so when we talk about the Bills have seen the top of the mountain with McDermott, how have we not seen the top of the mountain before? And we're sitting here questioning oh, is he going to be back next year? Is he going to finish out his contract? We'll do you one better. All this dumb shit that we've done over here. Yeah, we're just going to keep on doing that. That's great. You watch what JSN can do, right? JSN's an incredible wide receiver. Go back to the draft when Lucas Van Ness was taken and we needed a wide receiver. So we took LVN and passed up on JSN. And now we still need a wide receiver. And all of our first round draft picks, which are like all scattered out through our defense, aren't doing anything. We got Lucas Van Ness, and what did we do to like fix him? We brought in Micah Parsons to replace him. Rashawn Gary fell off of a cliff. So we've done all this work over the last 8 years under Gutekunst, roughly, where we've tried to figure out how to address the pass rush, the wide receivers, and the cornerbacks. And going into the draft in 2026, we need pass rushers, cornerbacks, and wide receivers.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous.
And you don't have a first round pick.
We have no first round picks for 2 years. It's how do you look at this administration that we have and go, yeah, that's the one. Oh, we only have a 2-year window left. So in that 2-year window, it's not good to bring in a new coach and try stuff. What did Vrabel do?
I think he made it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think he made the Super Bowl. Yeah. But he's been there for a long time, right? No. No, he hasn't. He hasn't.
Yeah.
No. Like, we can't look at anything and recognize our faults as a team. It's absolutely freaking ridiculous. We look at, we brought Brian Gutekunst. Brian Gutekunst has been a great GM. I've told you this, but the other GM that was an option was Elliot Wolf, who is the general manager for the New England Patriots. We can't learn from anything. We can't. And then a great coach comes available, and apparently we told him we're not interested.
Yeah, it was wild.
We're going to extend our guy, and we're going to go with it because we don't think a coach can come in here and turn a team around in a couple years. Really? What did Sean Payton do?
Mm-hmm.
Jim
Harbaugh.
I know Sean Payton. Now, we can question Sean Payton made a horrible decision in that game, right? I kind of understand where his brain was. Bad choice still, right? But he went in there with a backup quarterback and only lost by 3 to a Super Bowl like team that's played. And he did that in 2 years. That's super impressive, right? So like a 2-year window, we have to stick with the staff we have because bringing a new coach wouldn't do anything. None of this makes any sense.
Yeah.
We just don't fire people. Even when we fired McCarthy, it was like 3 years past due. So what will probably happen is we'll extend them. We won't do anything in our 2-year window. We'll have no first-round draft picks. We'll owe Jordan Love all the money in the world. And then basically the team just falls apart for a couple decades, and now the Bears are great, and this sucks. Anyway, that's how I feel about Matt LaFleur's extension.
And this is why I saved it for last.
Yeah. Good old I'm sure he's a wonderful person, okay? I'm sure he is. I'm sure he's a nice individual. He probably doesn't kick puppies or anything, but my gosh, as a head coach, this is miserable to watch.
I mean, his hair is pristine every week.
He does a really good job with his beard. It's a little bit, if he put as much time into his game plan as he does into his beard, we would probably win more games.
Yeah, it's impressive. It's impressive.
He's got a straight razor. No way he doesn't.
Oh, he's got a personal barber.
Oh, probably.
Yep. And how we got on this subject, I don't know, but that's
because Matt LaFleur.
It up.
That's how.
Because Matt LaFleur. All right.
All right.
So
shit that matters.
Yep. So, congrats to you Seahawks fans.
They got it.
Your team made it. So, congrats to you guys.
That's a good football team, Chris.
It's not a bad football team. Like I said in the group chat.
Good football team.
It's not the football team that I can't stand. It's most of the obnoxious fans.
So we can go back to Michael's podcast. Was it 2 months ago, maybe? Where I asked, I was like, where, you guys are good. Where are your fans? I found them about 3 weeks ago. They showed up.
Yep. They came back out.
And it's like, dude, you've been really good all year. Now, that's no knock on I honestly believe as much as you call them homers and dog on them, our league, those are real fans. They've been hot all year.
And that's just half the fun. That's just
it is half the fun. Well, it's not even their fault that so many of their other fans are assholes.
Ruined it for them.
Yep. It's like, yeah, you guys are all wagon hoppers. Like, I'm not imagine having to defend yourself as a wagon hopper every time your team did good when you rode the bad years. You know what I'm saying?
That's like I was getting coffee this morning. The coffee shop I go to all the time. The girl's wearing her Seahawks jacket. And she's like, you got to be a Seahawks fan. I'm like, no, never. She's like, why not? I'm like,
jacket out last week, huh?
I'm like, it's the obnoxious fans. She's like, we got the best fans. I was like, nah, they're pretty obnoxious. She's like, what are you talking about? Like, top 4 most obnoxious fan bases: Raiders, Cowboys, Seahawks, Eagles.
Dude, Eagles fans are wild, but at least
But
like the Seahawks fans have never like threatened me with violence.
they have me.
No, okay, that's fair.
They have
Although
me.
you go in hard. I'm just going to be honest.
I went to my first Seahawks game up here was Christmas Eve when they played the Chargers back the first year I moved up here in 06. It's Christmas Eve. I had no Chargers gear on, nothing, no NFL fan base gear on. And I congratulated my brother, who's a big Chargers fan, that the Chargers won. And I got so much hate.
What year
So
was
much
that?
hate. 2006.
That team.
Mhm.
Okay. That adds up.
Yep. Yeah. So that's
They're
I
different
stand
now.
on it.
They got better attitudes. Those interviews afterward were so good.
Yeah.
They're good, relatively wholesome people. And JSN's like a homeboy too. I didn't know that like a homeboy. No, that's not the word I wanted to use. He's a local. I didn't know JSN was from Tacoma. No, Egbuka's from Tacoma. Never mind. JSN is
Egbuka's
from. Oh my goodness. Did I just get my OSU receivers mixed up? I did.
You did.
Hold on.
I know Cooper Kupp's from up here.
Yep. Cooper Kupp also is from up there. Man, I just said something dumb, didn't I? You got to edit that out.
No, we're leaving it. We're not editing this.
I forgot that. Like, I got him and Egbuka mixed up. That's hilarious. I'm sorry, everybody. But Jason's still a really good wide receiver.
Yep. He's good. He's not GOAT good, but he's good.
Oh my gosh, he's from Texas. I'm an idiot. Not GOAT good. Man, he's playing at God level. Stop this.
Wait a minute. Did you shave your head?
No, I just cut it back a little bit. It's like shorter.
Okay, I was like, okay. I just caught the glimpse of it.
I'm not completely bicked. I'm not bicked out yet. No,
he's having a great season. Yeah, he's having a great season. I'm not knocking him for that.
You only needed like fingertips.
But he's not GOAT. The way the people in our league are talking is he's GOAT status.
I mean,
I'm saying this is his career year. Is he going to do this again? Is he going to put up another 1,719 catches?
I don't know. Nobody can stop him.
I don't think he will.
All right. We'll wait.
Because I think if they win the Super Bowl, Kubiak's gone. Their offensive coordinator.
Okay, I can see that. But he's still really good at football.
But even just Jefferson can't do this.
Chase isn't doing
this. I'm not saying he can't get it. And that's a very good receiver.
Like the 17. Okay.
Yeah. Like Cooper Kupp.
Well,
Cooper
to be fair, though, we talk
receiver.
GOAT status for wide receivers. Like, we can't talk any GOAT status for wide receiver. That one's established and done. It's like saying, who's the best basketball player? We know.
He's not the best receiver in the league right now. I don't think he's top 4.
I know.
Top 5, maybe. Top 5, maybe. Definitely top 10. I will give him top 10.
Easily top 10.
I will give him top 10. I will give him top 10.
Let's go to something else, but that is a take. That is a take.
How is that a take?
Not Chase top is better.
Chase is better than him.
Okay.
Would you agree Chase is better than him?
I would. It would be such a short list, though. It's Chase and Jefferson.
Amon-Ra.
Oh, he's really good. He's real good at football.
Healthy CeeDee Lamb.
3. I'd take Jason over CeeDee Lamb at this point.
I wouldn't.
Okay, then that's where we're going to differ on that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so how far do we have to go to get Jason in this conversation? So say it's CeeDee Lamb. Now who's next?
Nico Collins? Put him probably. I still think Nico Collins has more upside.
This kid is so good at football. He's so good at football.
JSN, he is.
I think
Neighbors has that upside.
Neighbors a hell of a wide receiver. So this becomes a next year conversation. Let's see where we end up next season.
Rashee Rice, maybe, if he pulls his head out of his ass.
Jail.
Yeah, if he pulls his head out of his ass.
I don't know if he knows this, but like, just if you want to be the best wide receiver in Kansas City, you don't have to do all those things. Oh, you can actually just catch the football.
I also forgot Puka.
Oh, Puka's so good.
So that right there, even if you take CeeDee Lamb out, you put Puka in, that puts JSN 5.
I mean, okay.
It's top 10, easy. I said top 10.
He good
but I
football
don't
player.
think he's top 5. He is a good football player.
A good
He
football
is.
player.
I'm not knocking him for that. Not knocking him for that.
Really good football player.
I mean, he's better than Marvin Harrison Jr.
You don't miss your chances, do you? All right.
What, to take a shot at Chapin? Never.
Yep, got every Chapin shots.
All right, so going on to the topics of the week. Which one do you want to talk about first? You want to talk about scoring changes? You want to talk about roster sizes? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I like scoring changes real quick.
Okay.
I think we can blitz through that one, but there's a couple that we wanted to really talk about there.
Okay.
So the first one you wrote on here about adding points for first downs. So this is any receiver, running back, quarterback. Does this double? Like, so if the quarterback throws for a first down, do they
No.
also get a first down? Okay, so
Nope.
this is just receivers and running backs, or if a quarterback was to rush.
Yep.
Okay.
So if the quarterback's
Well,
rushed for a first down,
to a certain
it's rushing.
somebody that plays in Philadelphia, doesn't it?
You know, but it's for rushing, receivers, tight ends. Just adds a quarter point for a first down.
Okay, so you get an additional quarter point if you end up in a first down.
Yep.
Okay, so if you got a 40-yard plus touchdown, you would also get the additional quarter for the first down?
No, because they don't count a touchdown as a first down.
Okay.
NFL stat wise, they don't count that.
So it'd have to end in a first down. Okay.
Yep. You know,
Okay.
so if your receiver got a 5-yard catch for a first down, you'd get 0.5 for the catch, 5 yards for the receiving yards, and then an additional quarter point for first down.
Okay, so at least now when your wide receiver gets stopped 1 yard shy of the goal line, and then he gets
get the first down.
the running back, at least you get the extra quarter. You don't
Yep,
get your
at least you
six,
get the extra.
but you get a little consolation.
Yep.
Okay.
I just think, you know, because
I run that one up.
My thinking is, do first downs matter in football?
A lot.
I think we could all agree, yes. So why aren't they rewarded in fantasy? Rewarded. I don't think it should be a full point. I don't think it should be a half point. But a quarter point makes sense.
Do you think a first down is more important than a catch, though? Because the catch is a half point.
Depending on the time of year, yes.
Okay.
But yes, you're still getting credit for the catch.
Right. I'm just saying, like, if we're talking about, like, I don't know, never mind. I'm going to go down a long road on that one.
Oh, we can go down lots of roads.
We can go down lots of roads. You said, let's keep it under an hour, and I bitched about Matt LaFleur for 25 minutes. So I think we put this one out there and and then I got lost trying to figure out where JSN was from. Only geographically
Texas.
Screwed that one up. Let's have the right school, right? I don't know. Whoops.
Yeah.
Cooper Kupp is from there, though. He's from Eastern Washington. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, I put that one up to the league, see what they think of that one. Appreciate you.
Okay. Which other one do you want to talk about?
Kicker scoring. This actually drives me freaking bonkers. You have proposed maybe we nerf the kickers. So instead of 0.1 per field goal, so if you hit a 50-yarder, you get 5 points, 2.05. So a 50-yarder now becomes worth 2.5 points. And I think your reasoning behind this was kickers deciding games too often in fantasy. So something like a Brandon Aubrey throwing up 27 points in a game.
There's too many times when kickers are outscoring quarterbacks, wide receivers, running backs. There's too many instances of that, in my opinion. I mean, granted, and again, who would this hurt most?
You.
Me.
Oh, and whoever's got Cam Little.
Robbie.
Yeah, they did that. Robbie can get 7 points if there's a touchback. Might bug him.
You know, so again, it's just something I put out there, but I think what I also put there was changing the missed kick tiered, the missed kicks to tiered scoring, negative scoring. So
and this is where that 0.05 becomes kind of a real big issue, is when you have negatives as well.
Yeah, so we could keep it at the 0.1 per yard, but then any field goal missed between 0 and 30 would be -1. Because right now, everything is -1.
Every missed kick is -1.
Yep. Every missed kick is -1 right now.
75-yarders, world records.
Yep.
Long shots.
It's all -1.
A kicker's not supposed to hit.
Yep. So going this way, the ones you're supposed to hit, 0 to 30 yards, if we'd agree, everybody should hit that.
They should. I've hit that
So
once in my life. So
I propose that we change that to -1.
okay, we leave that
Okay.
-1.
Leave that at -1. 30 to 40 yards, which they should all hit it. Would you say 85%,
If you're hitting
90%?
35 to like 45, yeah. I mean, if my kicker goes out and goes under 50, I expect him to hit it.
Okay. So if you
So
miss a 30 to 40 yarder, I'm proposing we change that to -0.5 point.
like a half point instead of a 1 point.
Yep. And then anything over 40 would be -0.25 point. So -0.25.
Anything over 40. So 40, 50, 60.
60, 70, 90, whatever. And then keep the scoring as it is. So if you hit your 50 yarder, you get your 5 points. If you miss a 50 yarder, it's -0.25 instead of -1.
Yep.
Yeah, because we did, like
I
I
like
told you
that better. Although, like, I mean, when we put just a lock on over 40, it's like here's -0.25 point. So if I miss a 49 yarder, it's mine, or 42 yarder, it's the same as if you miss a 70 yarder. I think I'd
Mhm.
put a cap on that at some point. Is it 60? Is it 50? Is it 55? I guess you really can't do 55, huh? Like, it's all by zeros.
Yeah, it's all by zeros. So that's where it gets a little bit different. So would it be anything over 60?
I think after 60, I definitely don't expect my kicker to hit it.
So
So we can at least start the
after
cap there.
60 would be 0.
Right. It's not on you if you go to set a record and you miss.
Yeah.
That seems
You know,
fair.
but yeah, because there is no switching up. I mean, there's 50 to 59 yards, which
Right.
basically
There's
is
just
60.
which is a 60 yarder.
So
Okay, I'd be good with that. I would say, honestly, I might go 1.0 to 40. If
0
it's
to
a
40 at one
37
point.
yarder, damn, you better hit a 37 yarder.
Okay.
That's borderline a gimme. I think a half
So
point 40 to 50, and then a quarter point after 50 or from 50 to 60. Or maybe we don't even
so
have one. Maybe we don't do quarter point. Maybe we go 1 to 40 and half a point 40 to 50.
okay. So
And then after 50, or then a quarter point 40 to 50, 50 to 60, and
so
then nothing after 60. I made that
yeah.
complicated. Holy crap.
So it'd be 0 to 49 would be -1, right? Or are you
0
saying 0 to
to
39? 0 to 39
0 to
would be
39 would be -1.
-1. 40 to 59 would be
40 to
negative.
50, I would do minus 0.5. 50
Okay.
to 60, or 50 to
-0.
59, I would do minus a quarter. And then at 60, it's no longer on you.
Okay.
Because
We could do
those
that.
kicks are becoming a lot more automatic now.
Yeah. 50
But the
yarders,
idea,
like,
like, you can shake a 50 yarder, that's not impossible. But the odds that you hit it get really, really small. Or I'm sorry, small compared to like a 37, right?
yeah.
Inside of the 30, maybe you're like 90. Once you get past like 40, you start getting to 87s. You know, you get past 50, now you're in the 75 range.
Yeah.
So looking at a quarter point inside of the 50 range, it's like, there's a 75% chance you're going to hit it, right? So that's how I would run it: is 0 to 39 is minus 1 point, 40 to 49 is minus a half point, 50 to 59 is minus a quarter. And then after that, there's no penalty if you miss.
No penalty.
Because no one actually expects you to hit a 66 yarder.
No.
It's just a dream. It's like, we got a shot, we got to take it. It doesn't matter if we miss it.
Yep.
So
Nope.
that's
I agree.
how I would
I
do
like
it.
that.
If anyone
I
has
like
a
that.
different idea on how they would run it, I'd be
Let us
all about
know.
hearing it.
Leave them in the comments. You guys have not been leaving a lot of comments for people that are actually watching.
Have we been
Leave some
responding to
comments.
comments? Have you been responding to comments?
I've tried to. Yep. I tried
Okay,
to.
Chris is responding to comments. You got me. I have
tried
not
to.
been responding to comments. My
Rob is
bad.
definitely not. Leaving it all on me. Thanks, buddy.
I am. I'm leaving it all to you. I show up on
Thanks.
Tuesdays, damn it. That's it.
That's your job, just showing up on Tuesdays?
I show up Tuesday. I set my roster Sunday, okay?
Nice.
I went, what is the box I got to check? That's what I went with.
I'm going to start throwing more boxes at you.
That's what, if you give me more boxes to check, I will do more. But as long as the check boxes are done, I'm like, we're good.
Okay. We'll talk about that offline. All right.
Uh-oh.
So, next topic. And we've talked about this before because we had talked about expanding
Yes.
the league from 12 to 14 or 16, which I still think it'd be fun to do because I still think there's more people that want to join the league. But
No,
I
there is.
don't,
There's no shortage. Like, there's a line, I'm pretty sure. We've
yeah,
got a queue.
so something we can
I think the
consider,
first
but
step, though, like, well, the first step to it, obviously, is cutting rosters down. And how do
yeah,
we go about cutting rosters down? It's no surprise to anybody that our waiver wire is bare. When you need a player, there's really not going to be somebody there for you.
no.
Um, I don't know where everyone else stands on cutting like the official starting roster because it's 15 right now. Our
You mean
bench is 15.
bench. Yep.
Yeah, the bench is 15 players, right? So, but the taxi squads, we're taking 10 rookies out of the draft and we can sit them on this taxi squad for 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
which means right now there's 120 players that are out of the system for 2 years, unless they
More or
get
less.
called
Yep.
up, right? But
Yep.
more or less, you've got, any given time, 2 years worth of 120 players that aren't available.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I would look at, and I don't think we can do it because we kind of started to play around this idea. We could treat the taxi squad kind of like a practice squad where people could waiver claim your taxi squad, but I don't think there's actually a way to do that. And so I think the better way to go about that, before maybe not even cutting bench spots right off the bat, but I would drop the taxi squad pretty significantly.
Okay.
I think 10 squads is really high.
So
So
what would
say
you
we
drop
cut
it down
that
to,
in
like
half.
5 or 7?
Yeah, so call it 5, right? And that gives us 60 more players back on the waiver wire immediately
Okay.
overnight, right? And we don't lock those players up for that 2-year gap. Now, I'm not sure. When I look at the benches, you'd have to make a pretty significant cut to make it worthwhile, I think. Because if I cut 2 players off my bench, no big deal. 3 players, no big deal. Because it's not like I'm like, oh, I'm not losing anybody, but there's no one for anyone to gain in that realistically.
Mm-hmm.
But they are starters. So I guess if you did need a player, you could find one. But you start dabbling really close into this is kind of saying with like, your players go on IR. And so if your players go on IR, you don't have enough people to start and you don't have enough roster spots. Now you got to drop someone you wouldn't want to drop anyway, but you're not allowed to
Mm-hmm.
take the 0. So now you're forced to drop somebody, which is why I would almost rather start with just taxi squads and see if
Okay.
that improves the situation to where
So
you can't, like those 60 players. Like I had 7 people come off my taxi squad this year, right? If
mhm.
I had started the season, would they all have been there? I don't know. But they might have been players that, like, say I had Fannin on my taxi squad, right? And I was like, oh, I've already got tight ends figured out. I've got Goddard. So I'm going to go ahead and drop him off. Fannin blows up. Someone needs a tight end. Now there's a tight end out there.
Yep.
And the same thing with quite a few people. Torrey Horton was another one. Tootin was another one, right? I just had so much depth on my taxi squad, but I had a lot of good players on that squad that would have been otherwise available for pickup to give waiver wire options. So I would think, I don't know if we're ready to cut the bench down right now. I'd like to see if cutting the taxi squad in half solves this issue, where
Okay.
now we have more free agents available versus sitting and waiting. Because 10 that's a lot, right? You've got 15 on your bench, plus 10 is 25, plus your starters is another 12?
10, 10,
10,
10.
right? So 40, yeah. You got 35 players between times 12 people. I don't want to do that math, but it's a lot.
Yep.
Right? Was that 350, 420 players between our rosters, right? And
So
so, and our waiver wires bare. So,
so here's where I think, and I agree with you, like we could trim down the taxi squads. I agree with you, but here's where the counter argument comes to that. You trim down the taxi squad to,
okay.
we'll call it 5, cut it in half. So there's teams right now that have completely full taxi squads, which they're going to have to do something with because now we have draft picks. So now you look
Yep.
at a team, we'll say Robbie, who I think has like 9 or 10 draft picks, something like that this year.
A boatload.
So that's going to be significant for him and others in situations like, again, just an example, like you, like before
Oh,
we started last
good
year, where
point.
it's like, you're going to have to trade some of those picks or you're going to have to cut a whole lot of people off your roster.
Mm,
And so that's where that becomes a little difficult. Obviously, if your bench is full, your taxi squad's full, your starting lineup's full, you're going to have to cut players regardless. So people are going to
right, but
have
you
to
don't
go
necessarily
get
want to.
kicked
You
out.
don't want to take a flyer on a 5th rounder and have to
Yep.
replace one of your people that you said could actually get points and start.
Yep. And so that's where reducing the rookie draft down from 5 rounds down to even 4, that adds just another 12 players right there to
It
the free
does.
agents. Drop our taxi squad, say from 10 to call it 7 to start just to see.
It might be worth, to your point, I think, an ease down because we've traded picks out so many years
Yep.
with the
Thankfully,
expectation that there would be space.
yep. I mean, thankfully,
Good
right
point.
now, nobody's 2028 picks have been traded. There have been some 2027, but not a lot. So no 2028.
Okay.
But yeah, I do think we need to tear it down because I would like to see, because that's our fab is just sitting there or everybody blows it on one player.
I definitely did that. Yep.
Yep. So did Chapin when he got Devin Achan. You know, I blew all
Yeah, there's
mine.
that.
You know, and so
On
there's
Dicker.
there's ways to do it that, I mean, people are going to have to make serious decisions on their rosters
But we need to
and
give a
cut.
time allotment for this. I get what you're saying. Maybe we can cut it 2 this year but
So starting
eased or tapered
2027,
down.
start 2027, cut it down 2
So down to 8
from
and
10
27.
to 8. You know,
Well, if
the
that's the
other
case,
option is,
we should drop the bench 2 as well.
yeah,
We need
the
more
other
players on
option,
our. We need. Go ahead.
the other option is we change how long you keep players on the taxi squad,
Change it to a year.
year tops.
Yes.
You know,
Uh,
because then you're going to have to cycle through players either on your bench, your starting lineup, whatever it may be, but they can't just sit for 2 years on your taxi squad. You have to rotate those through.
it's kind of bonkers to me though that our taxi squad has like more bodies than we have draft picks. That part kind of blows my mind.
But I think that's
Because like
because
within a year of them playing, like we should have had an idea like where they're going to be. We
yeah,
know who should get moved. It's like any football team, right? I can't just sit there and have a boatload of players in reserve, right? At some point, like, okay, I'm a year into this. Like, I know Fannon's going to play for me now, right? Fannon's off the
mm-hmm.
squad or off the taxi squad. He's a player. I have to drop people to bring him up, right?
Yeah.
I didn't need 2 years to make that decision, right? And typically you don't. More often than not, people just sit on the taxi squad for 2 years and they end up dropped out somewhere else. But now they're 2 years down the road, you know? Um, but something that definitely like, if you have 5 picks, you only need to fill 5 spots. And it's like you
Mm-hmm.
got to get new players or trade away your picks. But to your point, I don't think we can do that right now. I don't think we can
No,
drop the draft picks until 2028.
I have to
Which
go
means we need
through
to
and look at,
lock out picks really soon. So there's no 5th rounders in 2028 because if
yeah,
someone trades a 2028 5th round, this whole thing's kaput. Now we're in 2029. But 27, I mean, okay, so here's the order I'm understanding from you. This year, we changed the taxi squad to 1 year. Next
yes,
year, we dropped the taxi squad to 8 players.
yes,
8, we dropped the draft to 4 rounds.
yep, because
Those
we've
are the
already
next
had
year's
some
picks.
20. Yep, that's what I'm thinking. Because
Okay,
I'm
that's a
looking at,
question for
what's the
everybody out
question?
there.
Okay, I
That's
thought
the
you were asking me
question.
a question.
That's the order. No, that's the order of operations we're looking at here. And I'd like to do this one. So, someone talk us off a cliff. You don't want to do this, but I think this makes a whole lot of sense. Get taxi squad players off in a year. You get 1 year to evaluate, get them off.
Mm-hmm.
The next year, you have less taxi squad players. And then we remedy that the following year by reducing the draft.
Yes.
But then we have call it 12, that's another 24 players that are getting dropped onto the roster. Or at least once a year, an additional potential 120 players flooding, or next year, potentially 120 players flooding the waiver wire.
Yeah, for 2027.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, yeah, I think that's a great idea. I just think that we have too much sit time on our rosters right now, too much depth. I mean, like, if I look at my roster, there's people on it. Like, if you're like, go drop 5 players off your roster, I can do that.
Yeah.
There's enough players on there. I'm like, I don't really need those guys. You know?
Yeah.
So Aaron
To me, like,
Rodgers.
because I'm looking at, like, again, I brought up Robbie because, Robbie has the most draft picks this year. Robbie has 9 draft picks this year.
No, and that would, if we were to do that this year, we would screw him massively.
Yeah, and we won't do it this year. But I was saying, like, he has
Which
9
is not
draft
fair,
picks.
I guess, because he didn't know it was coming. Surprise!
He's gonna have to make moves anyway because his taxi squad is full. He has 1, 2, 3. He has 5 empty spots on his bench, but he has 2 players in IR right now. So take away that. So he has 3 empty spots, but he has 9 draft picks. He's gonna have to make moves to drop people. Period. But like
Correct.
Maffa from Dallas, he's not going to keep him. Whoever Watkins is from San Francisco, receiver, I don't know who that is. He's gone. So there's people that he can get rid of. And then you have, I don't know. I'm not going to go through his whole roster, but he's got to make some
No, but that's
tough
like
moves.
the choice he gets to make this year, right? Yeah.
But then the other
But
question
then if we
is,
say next year, go ahead.
The other question is with this, if we're going to cut down taxi squad size, we'll reduce bench sizes eventually. Do we start putting in positional limits? Like you can only have 4 quarterbacks or 3 quarterbacks. You can only have 6 running backs, things of that nature.
I don't know if we need to do that yet. I wonder if that issue doesn't take care of itself.
Yeah.
Once we start, because there's definitely no quarterbacks out there. But I don't know if that doesn't take care of itself by kind of forcing the players back into. Like, I definitely think we have a plan on how to start looking and evaluating. Mm-hmm. So, okay, what happens this year when we say, okay, it's a 1-year deal, right? And so when we say that, though, is it like, so if you look at your, because if it says 2 years, you automatically have to get them off of there, right? So say I pull up my guy and it says 2 years experience to get him off there. So this year, if it has any number but 1, they got to come off, right?
Yes.
No, well, so if they had 1, they'd have to come off. They have to be rookies to be on.
Are we starting
that was my understanding.
Are we starting that in 2026 or are we starting that in 2027?
Shit.
That's
because that would mean anybody that had somebody, it's got to start next year.
It's got to start 2027.
So 27 will be a reduction of the taxi squad and a 1-year deal, which gives you 1 year to evaluate everybody you have on your taxi squad now.
But I mean, we're talking in January. The draft is in April. Our draft would probably be sometime in May, would be my guess. Football season doesn't start until
2
August,
weeks
September.
After the draft,
yeah. So the league doesn't start until September. We can reduce that now. We can change that up. We have enough time that people can do the research. Like, this player hasn't started for me. He's on my taxi squad. He's got to come off. Am I keeping him or am I cutting him? I think we should start that.
Okay, so
now.
do you want to, so before the season starts,
before our season starts,
we have a taxi squad of 8 people?
No, the 1-year limit.
Okay.
The 1-year limit. So everybody's got to go through their taxi squad and be like, is this person staying or is this person going? 1 year. So
doesn't that mean, though, that everybody on the taxi squad has to be a rookie?
Pretty much.
If there's a 1-year limit?
Pretty much.
So you'd have to go through your entire taxi squad and make a decision. We can implement that this year. We might just, and I mean, like, I think, okay, yeah. No, I mean,
what do you think about that? I mean, you're the co-commish. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's just, everyone that's on your taxi squad, you've had a year to evaluate.
Yeah, everybody knows their taxi squad.
So either get them on your roster, get them off your taxi squad, which means all the taxi squads have to be cleared basically for the draft.
Mm-hmm.
They don't technically have to, but they effectively have to because your taxi squad can only hold
10 right now.
But then you're only going to have 5 play. Well, I guess it depends on how many draft picks you have. Will be what's on your taxi squad. But then you can pick
Mhm.
up free agents afterward, put them back on your taxi squad. Okay. So that's what'll have to happen. Everybody will need to spend between now and the start of the season evaluating to where only rookies are on your taxi squad. Next year, it'll drop down to 8, but anyone that was on your taxi squad from the year before has to be evaluated, moved to a main roster, or dropped. That's getting serious. Okay.
And so, I mean, that'll
So you get
make
1 year to
people
evaluate. I like that better. I like that better. I do. It just, we don't need to be locking people up for 2 years.
it keeps things churning. You know, like I'm looking at my roster, just pulling this up. So like Anthony Richardson, I got to make a decision. Am I keeping him? I mean, he's on my bench, but my bench spot, I have one spot, but I have 9 players on my taxi squad. So am I dropping Anthony Richardson to pull somebody up from my taxi squad, or am I getting rid of my taxi squad?
Yeah, I like
Like,
that. It keeps things circulating.
and it puts people out there. Like, it makes you make that decision. Like, do I really want to keep this player on my bench? Or do I really like this rookie and want to keep him? So, yeah, I kind of like it. I
Yeah,
think it's
I
going to
think we should
force
do that.
people. I think it's going to force people to be active this offseason.
Oh, for sure. You got to make some big decisions.
Yep.
So,
So,
and I don't know if
yeah,
anyone's that attached to their taxi squad. We'll find out. We're going to find out real fast. But it's okay. So that's the way it'll work. So this year, by the time the season starts, the only players allowed on your taxi squads are rookies.
that you draft this
Everyone
year.
else has to be evaluated, right? That were drafted this year.
Yep.
You either have to evaluate them to put them onto your roster or let them go off your roster. But when the season starts, your taxi squad is only rookies.
Yep. Because that's when the taxi squad locks, right then when the season starts.
Right. And so then, and you'll set it up too. Any taxi squad player, basically, you have a year to evaluate, not 2 years. You
Hmm.
have 1 year to evaluate. So if they're
Yep.
a rookie this year, you got to know by next year.
Yep.
And that's happening this year. And then
Yeah,
next
this
year, we
happening
reduce the
this year.
taxi squad to 8. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I support that 100%.
The question is,
I've got players I should have evaluated. I should know what Malik Washington is now. I should be able to make a decision.
you should. I mean, I'm looking at
He
my
getting
team,
dropped.
like Isaac Garendo.
What are you
He's
going to
not
do
the
to him?
backup to Chris. He's not backup to Christian McCaffrey anymore, but he's now got 2 years of experience in the NFL. Why is he on my taxi squad? You
That's
know,
almost, that's kind of the thought, right? It's like, you're a year out from a contract and you're still on a taxi squad. Like, no, those players should be available.
yep.
Yep.
So I like that idea. Let us know what you guys think. I'll also put it in the Facebook group chat. I don't know if I want to
Yep.
put it in the Facebook. I'll put it in that they need to watch, and I'll try to timestamp this tomorrow.
As I try to
When I
talk, I was like, can you timestamp it on YouTube? It'd be really helpful if you could like timestamp on like the video, like what we're talking about,
I
like
think
what
you
subject it
can. I
is.
have to figure out how to do it, but I think I can do it. I
All
haven't
right.
tried it
No,
that
I
much,
think
but
that's
yeah.
a good way to do it though. This one's important because this one impacts this season. So this one's important. This isn't like a maybe. This is
Yep.
happening unless there's a good argument why it can't happen. But this is the move we're making. So this one's really important. So somewhere at about an hour in, maybe. Watch till the
Yeah.
end, guys.
Fast forward through some of it. Fast forward to the first 30 minutes.
You can skip the LaFleur rant.
There you
I'll
go.
try to keep those limited going forward. I don't think there's much more he can do to piss me off. So they've already done the
Famous
worst
last
thing.
words.
It can't get any worse than this. He stayed.
Famous,
Yep, that's the worst thing I
famous
could have gotten.
last words.
What's the
Famous
worst that
last
could
words.
happen? Yeah, I think that's a good way to handle getting rotation going and getting players onto the waiver wire.
Yep.
That's a really good
So,
idea.
and then, yeah, we'll talk about cutting down roster sizes. Like I said, taxi squad, cut down. And do we
Let's
want to
start
do
planning
2
for
bench
that,
spots?
everyone. So like I would like to do 2 bench spots, but we got to
So when
ease
do
into this. We can't tell people
so 2028 is when we're
the 2
starting the
bench spots. I
4-round
think the
draft.
2 bench spots has to happen after the draft is reduced.
So 2028.
It'd be 2028.
2028. Okay.
We could probably do those 2 simultaneously. But right now, with forcing players out and making you make decisions, having you drop your bench spots is like an additional group of players. So we ease into it. Rookies only on the taxi squad going forward. You get 1 year to evaluate. Next year, taxi squad reduces to 8. 2028, we reduced the draft
And the bench size.
down to 4, and the bench size down 2 spots.
Okay. Okay. I like it. I like
Let's
it. I
get
like
people
it.
circulating.
Yeah, it's getting
Then
a
you
little
can't really
stagnant.
spend all your.
No.
It gets stagnant, and you have to wait for the draft to like get stuff, and like you can't. I will tell you, and not to go back to the Yahoo League every time, but when we initially started that, it was 16 teams with standard league, and so
That was rough.
it was rough. And if you
That
didn't
was
draft
rough.
perfectly, right, there was no waiver wire. There was nothing you could do. And so there were teams that were clearly more dominant in drafting than other teams. And those teams, when we had multiple times where like those teams would win 2 years in a row, push 3-peats, right?
Mhm.
But when we looked at the trophy, there was like the same like 4 names. And since we've gone to the 3-man bench, actually this year, John is our first repeat in 6 years, maybe 7
Yeah.
years now. There haven't been a ton of repeats. And it's all because you have to be active and playing and moving. And I mean, John had
Mhm.
the last 2 years, John won, and he's had the most waiver wire moves.
Yep.
But there's been players available to go get because the bench has like you can't stash anyone.
Yep.
And so that's been the ability for us to like make the league a little more fun, a little more. It's dynamic. We started seeing newer teams in the playoffs, newer teams making pushes, newer teams winning. We had a team.
Mm.
Well, he's the commissioner now, but he played for like 10 years. Never went to a championship. Got the 3-man bench in. Now he's won, and he contended last year. So it's like,
Yep.
by making the league less stagnant and creating more movement around, we saw a massive benefit from it. We tried forever.
Oh,
do we change the points? Do we do this? Do we do this? Do we do this? And it's like, it turns out getting players on the waiver wire when players
Mhm.
get injured and you can go get a player, that helps a ton with the competition.
Yeah, I think this will help out.
Previously, it took someone drafting good to get hurt massively to end up losing out
Yeah. No, I think this could
because
definitely
they
help
would
out.
draft well deep into the rounds. Yep.
Yeah, like Robbie and Tommy's team to get like, okay, this person has been sitting on this guy's bench or taxi squad, but they never use him. Well, I could use him. Like it
You don't
could
need 4
really help things
quarterbacks.
out. Yeah, like it could really help things out. So yeah, I like it. With that being said, sir, we're an hour and 15 minutes.
Told you we
Time
weren't gonna
flies
make
when you're
it.
having fun. Time flies when you're having fun.
And I love
But
ranting about Matt. So
yes, you do. But yeah, let us know what you think, guys.
call me,
Again,
Matt. We'll talk about it.
as long as you can get Tucker Kraft on the podcast. You working on that?
I'm still trying.
Okay.
His
Still
leg
working.
still hurts. Poor
It's been
guy.
long enough. Put some ice on it. Come on.
Micah Parsons did, didn't he? He said he was going to play. He said, I'll be
Yeah.
okay. He still thinks he's coming back day 1. So
George Kittle thinks he's going to be back from a torn Achilles at training camp. He said he's going to be back.
sure
Like,
thing, old man.
but that one, Kittle.
Okay.
The game's more fun with Kittle.
Do some more pizza
be the-
commercials, man.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
exactly.
better with Kittle. That's for
It
sure.
is a lot better with Kittle. But that being said, guys, thanks for tuning in. And next podcast will be Tommy's Punishment. So 2 weeks from tonight, Tommy's Punishment.
Exciting.
It'll
Very
be fun.
exciting.
It'll be fun. I wish I would have
See you then,
planned
Tommy.
better. I would have gotten him like some sort of like crazy hat or something. Made him wear a bib that
You have
said
2 weeks.
loser. Yeah, I don't know if I can make that happen.
That's too late for that. That wouldn't be the original punishment.
Yeah, we're just gonna have the video. But yeah, tune in for that. Again,
I'll have
guys,
to get
leave a
more
comment.
creative next year.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Leave comments, talk about it.
Also, follow us on Spotify. You can now listen on Spotify.
Yes.
So I
You don't
made
gotta
a
see
goof,
any of this.
but you can actually still watch the video on Spotify too. You can actually watch.
I used to watch Rogan on there, so I was like, "Oh, it's a video."
Yeah,
Oops,
you can
just
do
gave
that too.
myself away.
But yeah, just listen. It's probably
You don't
better.
have to watch it.
Yes, it's probably
It
better
is
if you
better.
don't.
It's better just audio. I listen in the truck when I'm driving down to the property, and
Yeah.
I'm like, we sound more podcasty without our faces. So
Without-
I think it's better audio only.
Without my window in the background, your bed in the background,
Yeah. my 35 pillows.
Hey, when I move back there, I'm gonna try to set up a whole little podcast studio. Maybe we'll try to do
That'd be
some in
better. They'll just come to
person.
your house and we'll just do that.
Yeah, we'll try to do that. But that being said, that's discussion for
It'll work
offline.
better.
But again, guys, thanks again for tuning in, and we'll talk to you in 2 weeks. See ya.
Take care.